Hello, brothers and sisters. Father Nathaniel Haslam, National Chaplain for the Lumen Institute. It's great to be back with you this month as we have now gone from the pillar of faith to now to the pillar of leadership. And we're going to go through the 4 virtues of leadership this month. Many of you have watched this amazing film, The Sound of Freedom, right? About human trafficking and about a very generous individual, Tim Ballard, who gives up his life basically to rescue men and women, boys and girls who are victims of this horrendous affront to human dignity, truly a demonic presence in our world that so many, really literally millions, have been trafficked, who are now sex slaves, right? Totally inhuman, horrendous thing. And yet here is one example of the difference one life can make when they respond to God's call, to God's desire to do something that really is out of their comfort zone, is risky, is uncomfortable, but is giving of themselves for many others. I hope many of you can see this film if you haven't seen it yet. But it's that theme of influence I want to share with you today through that example of Tim Ballard. The difference a yes to God can make, that we could never foresee the repercussions of it. Who could have ever thought Tim Ballard, when he accepted the call to do what he's doing, who would have ever thought, he would never have thought that one day, how many dozens, if not literally thousands, he's helped to rescue from this atrocity, and the lives that were changed because of his yes, but also that there'd be a film that's being watched internationally now to raise awareness about this great evil and enlisting many others to the fight, to eradicate this social disease, the social cancer that corrupts humanity and kills the life of so many of our sisters and brothers. My brothers and sisters, think about your life. How is Jesus asking you to influence through your family, through your work, through your social interactions of the people you deal with? We are always like bumper cars. Bumper cars are constantly, hitting each other and they're bumping in a certain direction. Our lives are always bumping into other people's lives through the words we say, through our smile, through our demeanor, through your yes to being involved, your yes to paying attention and not being indifferent with the person, let's say, on the street or in the office, or your child who wants your attention, a grandchild. My brothers and sisters, influence is something that is central to leadership. It's central to who Jesus Christ is. His whole life is the epicenter of influence for all of humanity, for all of history. He's at the center of it all. The question is, will we choose to say yes to that influence in our lives? Will we choose to open our heart to be influenced by the Lord every day? And then will we say yes to let that influence, that love, flow over to others? And yes, the Lord may be asking you, maybe not to perhaps start a human trafficking organization and do that like Tim Ballard did, but most certainly he is asking you to let you be his hands and his feet, his smile, his heart in today's world. And so I invite you and I challenge you, and also in your groups as you gather this month, to talk about influence and to pray about it and ask the Lord, how is he calling you to influence better? How is he calling to influence more like Christ? How is he calling all of you in your groups, in your chapters, to influence together? Because there's also strength in numbers, there's moral strength, and there is the multiplication effect when we also band together to do God's work together. So I invite you and challenge you, encourage you to talk about that, and don't be afraid to say yes when God calls you to influence with him. May God bless you, sending my prayers for you and your families. Take care.